Wolf's Rule 100 here today, and I'm making kind of a different video than I normally make, and today it's called Life with Cystic Fibrosis. So, if you've viewed my channel, you've probably seen a lot of videos on horses and dogs and just a bunch of random stuff. But one video that I've never made is one about cystic fibrosis, and I have cystic fibrosis. If those of you who don't know what it is, it's a genetic disease that you're born with, and it affects the lungs and the digestive tract. So before I start on life with it, I want to just give you a brief overview of what cystic fibrosis is, and that is mucus that everybody has in their body. Well, it's a thick, sticky mucus, and it we make it thick and sticky, and it clogs in our lungs and our pancreas and our digestive tract and all that not so fun stuff. So, a day in the life. I could have gotten out all my medicines, but I decided not to. I'm just going to talk. So, when I wake up in the morning, I do a vest treatment, and I can get the vest because it's right over here. It's a vest, and it goes on you like this. Yeah, it's very stylish, huh? And then you snap it up. And I'll do the top two because that's so you can see, but there's 4 snaps. And what this will do is inflate with air, and it'll compress against you, and then it'll shake. Like a massage, but different. And it'll do that for 30 minutes, and so I have to do that for 30 minutes every morning, along with albuterol, and then inhaled masks, which you put in your mouth and you breathe them in. I thought I had one over here, but here it is. These are the masks, and you breathe it in by putting it into a machine and then putting it into your mouth. And I do that after the treatment for about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the medication. So that's what I do first thing in the morning, and then I have to take my pills, and there's one very important pill, and it's called the enzymes, and that's because our pancreas gets clogged with mucus, so we don't secrete enzymes like normal people do, or people do, because I consider myself normal. So, I have to take 2 enzymes with every meal, and one with snacks, and that's just so I can digest my food. And even taking that with my food, I still only digest half of what a normal person would digest. So let's say I'm eating breakfast, I have to take 2 enzymes, and let's say my breakfast is 600 calories. I'm only going to get 300 out of that. So I have to eat about a 4,000 to 3,000 calorie diet instead of a 2,000 to 1,000 calorie diet for most people. So, let's see. So medications, yes. So I take the enzymes with breakfast, and then I have a medication to make me hungry because sometimes when you're feeling sick and stuff, you don't really have an appetite. And I have medication to help my liver because you can get liver problems with cystic fibrosis. And I have a medication for allergies. Everybody has that. I have one for heartburn. I have one for I forget what it's called, but it helps with the mucus. And then I have to do 2 nose sprays because totally unrelated to cystic fibrosis, but I'm prone to nasal polyps, so I have to keep that at bay too. So, and then for the rest of the afternoon, it's pretty normal. I will do a bolus feed, which goes into a G-tube that goes into my stomach. Let's see. And it's just this high caloric drink. It's called Nutrient 2.0 and microlipids, which is basically a jar of fat. And I'll do that in the afternoon. Again, I have to take enzymes with that. And then at nighttime, I take another round of medicine. And then overnight, I do overnight feeds on a pump. You can see the pump right there. So yeah, when you have cystic fibrosis, you do go into the hospital more than normal people. So I actually got out of the hospital 2 weeks ago. It was like 2 weeks ago Thursday. Tomorrow will make it 2 weeks. And I pretty much, or is it 1 week? No, I think it'd be 1 week. Yeah, I think it'd be 1 week ago. What's today's date? It's the 10th. Yeah, I think it'd be 1 week ago. Yeah, 1 week ago, Thursday. So, or 2. It's 2 or 1 week. Who cares? Anyway, so I was in there for 16 days, and they do antibiotics and stuff because they do a test called PFTs, pulmonary lung function, to test your lung function. And mine was at 40%, and I had a really bad cough. So I was in there for 16 days. Now, luckily, my lung function is up to 86, so I'm good. Gaining weight is a really hard struggle when you have cystic fibrosis. Let's see. When I went into the hospital a couple weeks ago, I was 62 pounds. That's not good. And I am now currently 76. So that's actually the most I've ever weighed in my life. So it makes me very happy. I'm trying to get to 90, but my short-term goal is 80 pounds. So, yeah. So that's basically a day in the life. To me, people always ask me what it's like, but to me it's normal. I just, yeah. I mean, I've always had it since I was born, so they figured out I had it because when I was born I had a perforated bowel, and that's a main symptom of cystic fibrosis. Or it's a symptom of cystic fibrosis. It means you can have it. So actually, when I was like maybe half a day old or a day old, they did a surgery and they took out a little piece of my bowel because it was inflamed, kind of like a horse gets colic, if you can think of it that way. So they took out a little piece of that, and then they did a sweat test when I was old enough to sweat. And cystic fibrosis people have really, really salty sweat. That's why whenever I get near dogs, they really like to lick me. But they have really, really salty sweat. So when they do the sweat test, it can confirm if you have cystic fibrosis, and mine was positive. So yeah. So that's basically it. Just thought I'd make this video and let you guys get to know a little bit more about the face behind Wilson Rule 100 and a bunch of random videos. So thanks for watching, and I hope that someday CF, cystic fibrosis is CF, can stand for cure found. And thank you so much. Bye.